Hello everyone, this is Vrishali and welcome to the series of Power Electronics and Applications. In our last 3 videos we have seen the types of power converters, then single phase full converter and single phase semi converter with resistive as well as inductive load. Now we will start with the 3 phase full converter. In this video we are going to see 3-phase full converter with a resistive load as well as an inductive load. But before that, we will see what is this 3-phase full converter. So this is a 3-phase full converter. The input of this converter is given by a 3-phase AC supply with a delta connection. The transformer is used over here. In case of full converter, there are 3 pairs, that is 6 transistors are used, T1 to T6, and this is a load. So these 3-phase full converters are most widely used in the industrial applications up to the level 120 kW, where the 2-quadrant operation is required. The load is fed via 3-phase half-wave connection to one of the 3-phase lines, as we have seen. The transformer is used for isolation of output from the supply source for higher output requirements, and its one winding is connected in the delta, as we have seen our previous circuit diagram, because it gives a circulating path for a third harmonic current. The third harmonic current does not appear in the line, which is an advantage. So this circuit consists of 2 groups of SCR. If you remember the circuit, there were 6 thyristors T1 to T6, as I said, and they are grouped in the 2 forms. First is a positive group, T1, T3 and T5. These SCRs are turned on when the supply voltage is a positive, and during negative half cycle of a supply voltage, T4, T6 and T2 are turned on. When connected to the AC supply, the firing gate pulses will be delivered to the SCR in a correct sequence. But if only a single gate pulse is used, then current will not flow, as the other SCR in the current path will be in the off state. Hence, in order to start the circuit functioning, 2 thyristors must be fired at the same time in order to commence a current flow, one of the upper arm and another of a lower arm. Then each device should be triggered at a desired firing angle alpha. Each SCR can conduct for a 120 degree. SCRs must be triggered in the sequence T1, T2, T3, T4, T5 and T6. The phase shift between the triggering of 2 adjacent SCR is 60 degree. At any instant, 2 SCRs can conduct, and there are 6 pairs, which are T6, T1, T1, T2, T2, T3, T3, T4, T4, T5 and T5, T6. So each SCR conducts in 2 pairs and each pair conducts for 60 degrees. The incoming SCR commutates the outgoing SCR. So in this case, you can see the first conducting pair is T6 and T1, and the next is T1 and T2. So the incoming SCR commutates the outgoing SCR. So in this case, T2 is the incoming SCR, whereas T6 is outgoing SCR. So T2 will commutate the SCR T6 like that. So this table gives the conducting pair incoming and outgoing SCRs for the 3-phase full converter. So if you see, if the incoming SCR is T1 and outgoing is T5, that time the conducting pair is T6 and T1. So for this, line voltage across the load is EAB. Likewise, this is a chart for all 6 thyristors. So I have kept this circuit diagram in the same slide so that we can see it comparatively. So if the conducting pair is T6 and T1, this T6 and T1, then this T6 and T1 is connected to the line voltage A and T6 is connected to B. So the line voltage across this T1 T6 conducting pair will be EAB. Similarly, if T1 and T2 are conducting, then T1 is here and T2 is here. So T1 is connected to A, T2 is connected to C. So line voltage will be EAC. So similarly all the combinations are written over here. So when the two SCRs are conducting, one from a positive or upper group and one from a negative, that is a lower group, then the corresponding line voltage is applied across the load as we have seen. A phase is connected to the first half bridge T1, T4. B phase is connected to a second half bridge T3 and T6, and the C phase is connected to the third half bridge, that is a T5 and T2. So when the upper SCR of a half bridge conducts, the current of the phase is positive, whereas when the lower SCR is conduct, the current is negative. So this is a phasor diagram. So when the phase voltage makes an angle of 30 degree with the neutral, the upper SCR in the half bridge is a forward bias. Similarly, the lower SCR is forward biased when the phase makes an angle 210 degree with the neutral. Hence, the alpha is equal to 0 when omega t is equal to 30 degree. So it is considered that at this point A, it is a neutral for entire phase diagram. So the angle made with this A axis or with the neutral point will be considered. So here you can see the C phase makes an angle 120 degree with the neutral, and the B phase makes minus 120 degree in negative direction with the neutral or with the phase A. So basically the phase A, B and C are making an angle of 120 degree with each other, and this angle is 60 degree, and the angle between these two lines are 30 degree. So these are the expressions given for the phase voltages. Now we will start with our first converter, that is a three-phase full converter or fully controlled rectifier with the resistive load. So as discussed in the earlier slides, each SCR has to be fired twice in its conduction cycle with the firing intervals 60 degree. So this is a three-phase fully controlled bridge rectifier with the resistive load. So instead of showing that transformer diagram, here the three-phase AC supply is given to A, B, C, and this T1, T3 and T5 is making a positive group, whereas T4, T6 and T2 are making a negative group. The resistor is connected at the load side. So this three-phase full converter with the resistive load works in two modes. First is a continuous conduction mode where current is continuous, and another is a discontinuous conduction mode. So the continuous conduction mode works for when alpha is 0 to pi by 3. When the phasor AB is allowed to conduct in this 0 to pi by 3 duration, the AB continues to conduct by the 60 degree when the phasor AC is fired. So in this waveforms we can see the phasor AB is allowed to conduct. So this is a load voltage for AB, and here T6 and T1 are conducting during this direction, and this is a load voltage waveform at alpha is equal to 30 degree. This is a load voltage waveform for alpha is equal to 60 degree. So phasor AB will continue till the next AC is fired. So when AC is fired, the conduction is shifted from T6 to T2. Now T6 is commutated off by reverse voltage of a phase AC and B across it. The phasor AC will conduct for another 60 degree. So if you see in the previous diagram AB, and it is shifted AC. For the next pulse DC is made to conduct, it will shift for another 60 degree. So if you see for an angle 0 to pi by 3, when the alpha is 0 degree, 30 degree and 60 degree, the current is continuous in this mode. So this is called as continuous conduction mode, where the load current is continuous for 0 to pi by 3. Now we will see the discontinuous conduction mode. In this case, the alpha is made pi by 3 to 2 pi by 3. So first the phasor AB conducts up to an angle pi. So here you can see T6 and T1 are conducting. After T1 and T6 are commutated off, because the phasor B becomes positive with respect to phase C, so after 60 degree T2 and T1 will get fired and phase AC conducts up to the angle pi. But here you can see for alpha is equal to 90 degree, the current is not in a continuous manner. So for this value of alpha, the current is discontinuous. This is a waveform for load current. Then for furthermore value of alpha, for alpha is equal to 120 degree, the output voltage is 0. Hence the maximum alpha is, that is alpha max, is 120 degree. 3-phase fully controlled rectifier, that is a full converter with the inductive load. So let's start. So these are three waveforms, 0 degree, 30 degree and 60 degree, which are very similar to that of the 3-phase full converter with the resistive load. But for alpha greater than 60 degree, voltage goes negative due to the inductive nature of the load. The previous thyristor pair continues to conduct till the next SCR is triggered. For alpha is equal to 90 degree, area under the positive and negative cycle are equal, you can see, and the average value is 0. Then for alpha is less than 90 degree, the average output voltage is positive, whereas alpha is greater than 90 degree, the average output voltage is negative. The maximum value of alpha is 180 degree. The output is always a 6 pulse, as there are 6 thyristor in the circuit of 3-phase full converter. So the ripple frequency is 300 Hz irrespective of the value of this alpha. So in 3-phase full converter, the firing angle changes from 0 degree to 90 degree. Then the voltage also changes from maximum to the 0. So this mode is known as rectification mode. Whereas if the firing angle changes from 90 degree to 180 degree, then voltage also changes from its 0 value to the negative maximum, which is called as inversion mode. So in case of a rectification mode, supply waveforms are quasi-square wave for alpha is less than 90 degree. SCR current waveforms are rectangular waves during the duration of 120 degree. The 3-phase supply current are phase shifted by 120 degree, whereas 6 thyristor currents are phase shifted by 60 degree. The load current waveform is a continuous and ripple free, hence the average RMS and peak values are equal to IDC. Since the EDC and IDC, the DC voltage and DC current are positive, so the product of EDC and IDC is nothing but the average power, that is a PDC average. Since these two values are positive, the PDC also positive, and circuit works in first quadrant in case of rectification mode. Whereas in case of inversion mode, the average output voltage is negative for the inverting operation. The waveform for supply currents are quasi-square waves with the mutual phase shift of 120 degree. SCR current waveforms are rectangular with the 120 degree wide and a mutual phase shift of 60 degree. The average power flow is from load to source. Since the DC voltage is negative and DC current is positive, the product of these two will be negative. So average output power PDC average is negative, hence the circuit works in fourth quadrant in case of this inversion mode. So this is all about the 3-phase full converters with resistive as well as inductive load. In next session we are going to see 3-phase semi-converters. Till then, thank you, stay home, stay safe and happy e-learning.